Hello, everyone, and welcome. Awesome to have everyone here this evening. So we are having a live training presentation event this evening with hundreds and hundreds of people. However, this is also being recorded for those who are wanting to learn more about this that weren't able to make it live. And the wonderful thing about this is your consultant will share this video with you to help educate you on the benefits of solar. So our goal today is to see if solar makes sense for you. Through this educational process, we'll share an overview of who Powur is and some of the education that we want homeowners to understand the true value. The good news is that we really have a solution for almost everyone. And when we're done, if it's clear that you should move forward, then the consultant will share with you the specific proposal for your home. And if it doesn't make sense for you, then at least now you're better informed. So with that framework, let's dive in and learn a little bit about solar. Your consultant will share with you their certifications. They'll share with you a little bit about their background, and they're going to ask you a series of questions. It may not be the ones that you see on the screen here, but the goal of that is to know if what you have on the electric bill in terms of your usage is going to be adequate for the system that we're going to be designing for you. We want to know if there's changes. Are you adding an EV to your home? Are you replacing something like a major air conditioning or heating appliance, which will definitely impact your usage? You're going to add people into the home. You're going to be people moving out of the home. You're going to add rooms. Anything that might change your energy usage. Be sure to share that with your consultant so that we can properly design a system that's going to meet your needs. Now, with that, I'm going to really narrow this down to three things. Why solar? Why now? And why Powur? And we definitely recognize that this is a big decision, probably the second or third largest decision that you are going to make in your life. Obviously, having a family, owning a home, those are huge decisions. This lines up with that and potentially a new car. So we want you to be sure that you're making the right decision. All right, why solar? This is really, there's tons of reasons why people are looking at going solar. And it was a record year in our industry. Every minute, someone went solar in the country. It's amazing to see the growth. Well, let's talk about why that's happening. First, I always say, well, the real question is, why wouldn't you go solar? Because of all these benefits, there's so many reasons. First of all, the cost. This allows you to control your energy costs. These are very unpredictable times for what our energy rates are going to be for the foreseeable future. And you're able to lock in that energy cost. It will add value to your home. Your home value is going to go up anywhere from 4 to 6% because this is now an asset as opposed to the liability that you're paying with your utility company, of which you have no control over what those rates will be. In this case, you can control that cost, and now when you're paying that, it has an end date, whereas your utility company doesn't have an end date. You're going to be paying that for the rest of your life. But with solar, if you happen to pay cash to the system, you're good. You're not going to be paying for the energy produced by your panels anymore. If you take out a loan, whenever that loan is paid off, then you no longer have to pay for the energy that's being produced. So it's an asset. It's very, very important. And you look at the environmental impact too. This is what's wonderful about it is you're going to produce clean energy for your home, and you're actually going to send some of that off onto the grid through something called net metering, which your consultant will share with you. And then lastly, the credits, the incentives, the benefits that you have just from a federal level at 30% of a federal income tax credit. And I'll share more with you as you go, but why? Step back. Why should you even look at this? Since 2003, national energy prices have doubled across the nation. There are some where they've more than tripled, but that's really what you got to look at. And my question to you would be, did they get your permission to raise your energy rates? Of course not. They're in control. They can do whatever they want to do. Solar gives you an opportunity to control your energy costs, as I just mentioned. So it's huge. So when we sit with you in the home, and those who are here this evening, what I'd like you to do is look at your electric bill differently than you might have looked at it before. Because we are going to size the system based upon your energy needs. Lots of time you're going to have a graph on your electric bill. That's going to tell us how much you use. That tells us how big or how small the system is going to be, as well as how much it's going to cost. And then we're going to look at what you pay for a kilowatt hour of energy. And that's important because that drives the economics. So be sure to give a clean, clear copy of your electric bill to your consultant so they can properly educate you on that. And just a simple way to look at it, if you take your total cost of your electric bill, not sewerage or gas, but your electric bill, and you divide that by the number of kilowatt hours that you used, that's a measurement of energy, much like a gasoline gallon is a measurement. Same thing in solar. You'll be able to tell what you're actually paying for a price per kilowatt, because a kilowatt hour, a lot of times that's not spelled out clearly on your bill, and you think you're paying one price, but when you look at all the taxes and fees and things that are climbing up that bill, it's significantly more per kilowatt hour. And that's what you want to measure against solar. How can you produce energy less with solar versus renting energy from the monopolized utility? And your consultant definitely understands the importance of that. And then take a little look, get closer into what's included in your system. I mean, solar is pretty simple. It's been around 65 years. The technology has not changed tremendously. It's gotten a little bit more efficient, but the basic components are the solar panels that are going to absorb the UV rays from the sun, and then there's an inverter that converts that into usable energy in your home. And there's options for batteries, there's options for things like an EV charger. We'll get personalized with you with your specific application. And through Powur, you can really maximize the benefit of the system through our platform technology, which no one in the industry is doing today. The wonderful thing about Powur, and I'll talk more about the whole Powur program here in just a few minutes, is it's just a better alternative. So the real question is, why wouldn't you do it at a time where we're in such uncertainties? And then why now? Of course, those uncertainties are a big contributing factor, but this is a big benefit, a 30% federal income tax credits. That's one of the biggest reasons people are going solar. And you may have heard that referred to as a federal solar tax credit, or an ITC for short. It allows you to deduct 30% of the total cost of your system. And let's just say if the system costs $50,000, multiply that times 30%, that's a potential federal income tax credit that you can take, which means you don't save the money up front, you get that benefit back from the federal government if you've paid taxes in, or you can avoid paying taxes next year if you carry that forward. Your consultant will share that with you. Again, we're not tax advisors. We are professional solar educators, but you'll want to make sure you talk to your tax advisor to know exactly how you can use that. But it's a tremendous incentive. And then value to your home. The average home is going to increase in value by 4 to 6%. Right now, renting energy doesn't add any value to your home. It's just a liability. There's many studies. I'll refer to the National Renewable Energy Lab study. The home will sell faster, and it will sell for more. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, they say effectively the same thing. And the Department of Energy says the same thing. But one thing that they say is important. It is an asset that adds value, and it doesn't cost you. Whereas if you put a pool in, which is a great thing to do, by the way, a pool, a bathroom, a kitchen, whatever that may be, that's going to cost you money, and it will raise the value. In this case, you're swapping a payment for renting energy for one that you own, and it doesn't cost you money. You can get started for absolutely zero out of pocket. So why Powur? And this, I believe, is really important to know that you're working with a company who has your best interest in mind. And it's really an honor to be here sharing this with you. But if you look at our experience of over 20,000 installations, we're the fastest growing residential solar company. We've had record-breaking crowd funds where we allow the community to be able to invest into Powur. We've got incredible ratings with the BBB and Yelp and all the different rating systems that are out there. We were ranked 3 years in a row as a fastest growing company by the Inc. 5000. This year was number 43 out of 30 million companies. We offer a 30-year warranty, which gives you true peace of mind, and all the other benefits we have, the responsibility, the ability to offset with your carbon emissions, and also that Powur gives back. Powur is truly a company that cares about not only the energy industry, but about how we're producing energy. And here's what we promise our customers. As a consultant, we work for you. We are not working for a manufacturer. We work with multiple manufacturers so we can choose what's best for you. We don't work for any specific lender. We literally have hundreds of options, and we'll choose what's best for you. And then we partner up with local installation partners. Powur is the general contractor. They handle all the way from the initial design to the permitting to the interconnection. Then we partner with a local installer who will put the glass on the roof, solar panels on the roof, and do all the electrical work because they understand the local nuances and they can move nimbly. So you get the benefit of double protection. Local installer, Powur with all the story that you just heard about us as well. And then as I work for you, if I'm speaking to you as a consultant, I work for you, as I just mentioned. But I'm not going to be the cheapest. I could leave that for a Chuck in the truck. That happens to be my name. I could leave it for a Chuck in the truck. Or you don't know when that person's still going to be around a year, 2, 3 years from now. But you can see the history of Powur. It was made to go for the long haul. And that's what you can feel comfortable. And then for you, the homeowner, you get the choices of the best products. So that's how I offer that to you is we're going to look at your specific need. Most solar people are going to come in and say, well, here's the panel that you need because that's all they have to offer. Or here's the lending solution they have because that's all they have to offer. We have an abundance of choices. So we'll do all the research and we'll make the best decision with and for you as your trusted advisor. Now, the promises continue. The fully customized solution that we do, we can scale this to make the best value because of all the relationships that we bring to the table and our team that's vetted through those installation partners, our independent consultants who are also incredibly trained in this industry, the best training in the industry to be educators, and our world-class platform that we have to be able to help you make a smooth transition. And then lastly, an ambassador program. What we want to do is we want to be able to help you. If you take this out in the form of a loan, pay that off even faster. So what I'd like consultants to do is say, how soon do you want to pay this off? And then they'll basically show you how many people to refer to us over the years to be able to pay that off. Let's say you want to pay it off in 10 years and not have an electric bill for the panels that are producing any longer. We can guide you how to do that simply by referring people and getting a $1,000 reward from Powur. That warranty that I spoke about, this is the best warranty I've ever seen in this industry. I've been in it for 12 years. Covers all your parts and labor. There's no deductible, zero out of pocket. Anywhere we have coverage in the United States, it's also transferable to the next homeowner. So back to that asset that you can pass on, it's backed up with Powur's confidence, the strength of this company. And we do all of our claims in-house. We don't outsource any of that. So that's really the beauty of the peace of mind that you can get. You don't have to worry about any surprising repair bills. And a little bit more about us. It is important to know that we influence change. Our mission is to accelerate the adoption of clean energy worldwide by helping homeowners go solar. That's the true benefit of what we do. And if you see all the highlights from year to year, what we've done, incredible work that we've done. But along with that, we're a profitable company, but we balance purpose with profitability. We are a B corporation and a certified B corporation, as well as all these different things that you see on our screen here, doing things to invest into offsetting emissions, et cetera. And that is a company that truly has your best interest and the world's best interest at heart, and we're going to provide you with the best overall experience going solar. That ambassador program that I mentioned, you'll actually get a little portal, a great portal. You just log in, put the customer's information. If you have an electric bill, upload that, pass that off directly to the consultant who helped you make your transition to solar, and you get rewarded $1,000 for every single homeowner you refer that goes solar. So that's the end of the education session. Now, the choice is yours. You have two options. You can stick with what you're doing if that's what you desire. You don't have any control over those rates, and you don't add any value to your home. That's certainly your option. If what you heard doesn't align with you, that's your option. Or you can go solar. We can facilitate that with absolutely nothing out of pocket. You can have long-term savings. You're going to control your cost of energy, which you can't do with option one. You're going to lock that rate in, and you're going to have predictability, control and predictability, while at the same time adding value to your home. So if option two is best, our consultant will review the economics with you with a custom proposal that was designed for you and navigates you through really what is a hassle-free process. It begins with getting under contract so that we know we're going to move forward with your project. We'll get that done. We'll do a welcome call from our corporate team. Then we'll do a site survey, just make sure we haven't missed anything. We'll do any of the different measurements that we have to do. We'll take pictures of the electric panel. You can actually help us with that. You can take those pictures and send them to your consultant, or your consultant, if it's in your home, can do the same. And then we go to design. And all of these stages, you can see it's a week to 2 weeks, depending upon what challenge you might experience. The one that we don't control is the permitting. That can take 4 to 6 weeks. Some cases, it's even faster. But we want to undercommit and over-deliver to you here. And then we're going to come out and do the installation, typically anywhere between 4 and 6 weeks after all the permitting's done, and then schedule it for inspection from the utility, where the utility comes out, inspects it, signs off, flips that switch, and now you are operating on clean energy, and you are an energy supply company to the grid with energy that you don't use. And your consultant will talk with you more about that. And during this process, we keep in touch with you every step of the way. You'll have a dedicated project manager who will help you through this process after your consultant has transitioned from the contract to the project team. So I hope you enjoyed this information this evening. I hope it was informative and that your time was well spent. I'm going to stick around and answer questions for our live audience. If you're listening to the recorded version, make sure you talk with your consultant about some of the things that you heard. Make sure you talk to that consultant about any energy needs you feel could be different. And then let's help you make that transition to clean, renewable energy that gives you control and predictability. Thanks for being here this evening. Have an amazing night.